Determine the range of the function graph below. So here we're given a picture, and the range is going to be, not going to be, it does represent the y values of the function. And what we see is we start at the very bottom of the graph, and it appears that it continues to go on forever going downward. But it also appears that it continues to go upward forever on this graph. And when we represent that, what we say is that our range is going to be from negative infinity, the lowest possible point on the graph, to positive infinity, the highest possible graph, which is this particular problem. On mine, it goes out of order, but I'm going to flip it over here. And as it's scrolling here, originally I was thinking that it was the same kind of picture, and the range, by the way, would still be positive infinity, but this time the question is, what is the domain function? And the thing that we need to recognize, as my dogs are going to bark here in a minute, I'm afraid, is that when we keep going upward here on this graph, when it keeps going up, it's still going a little bit, and the same thing here as we go downward, it's still going outward. In other words, what's happening is that as we spread out, our domain is still going to be negative infinity to positive infinity. Here to here, as I block that off, but it doesn't just go from here to here. It spreads out as we keep increasing and decreasing on our graph. Last question on this video. So it says, consider this function. We're given the picture, and it says, what is true about the point 2, 0? Well, 2, 0. And as we take a look at it, we notice that it is a low point on the graph. It is not the lowest point on the graph, but it is a low point on the graph. And when we have a low point on the graph, but not the lowest point, it continues to go lower over here. It's called a relative minimum. So as we look at this, we know it's going to be a relative minimum, so we can eliminate the last two choices because they say relative maximum, but it's a relative minimum, add in except. We're on the x-axis, so it is this answer right there.